Hello everyone! Today's video is for all the Middle Eastern perfume lovers out there, as I have a lot of amazing new fragrances I want to talk about with you guys. In total, I have around 20 new Middle Eastern perfumes to talk about. Some of them are sent in PR, some of them I bought myself. Guys, let me tell you, these Middle Eastern perfume brands are not playing when it comes to their new releases. They're really taking over the perfume industry. I'm just gonna spill the tea right now. I will say I like most of them. Nothing was really let down. However, since I have 20 new Middle Eastern perfumes to review, I'm gonna divide this video into 3 parts, okay? Because I don't want to rush reviewing these fragrances, as I want to give you the real tea behind these new perfumes. And yeah, so today I will talk about the new perfumes that I received from Paris Corner. So all of the Paris Corner perfumes that I'm going to talk about today, I received them in PR, and I have 2 Khadlaj to talk about that I bought myself, and 1 perfume from Arabiyat Prestige that was gifted to me by DubaiCollection.eu. You know what? I actually have pre-filmed videos to upload. However, I feel like these fragrances are too bomb not to share with you ASAP. Especially this new perfume called Omniya by Arabiyat Prestige. If you follow me in TikTok, you know that I've already gave you my initial thoughts about Omniya by Arabiyat Prestige. This right here is the closest dupe of Guidance that I have ever tried. Yes, I'm talking about Amouage Guidance, aka the GOAT perfume. Omniya is very, very close. When it comes to note breakdown, the notes listed are the same. So, you know, this is an intentional dupe of Guidance. And let me tell you, the very first time I sniffed this fragrance from the bottle like this, I was kind of like shooked because it smelled straight away Guidance, okay? And then I sprayed it all over my body, and yes, it was really giving Amouage Guidance. So how does it smell like? It is a complex, fruity, rosy, woody scent that I just adore. If you watch my channel, you know that Amouage Guidance is part of my top 10 for life. I just find that fragrance impeccable. So I have compared these 2 fragrances side by side already, and I gave you as well my thoughts in my TikTok. Basically, Omniya doesn't have that loud and sharp opening of Guidance. The hazelnut, pear, and olibanum are quite heavy in Guidance, and I think it's either you will love it or hate it. Actually, the first time I've smelled it, I really felt off. However, it was the dry down for me. And guys, Omniya's dry down is, yeah, very, very close to Guidance. But still, I won't say that they are one-to-one dupes, okay? I will say Omniya doesn't have that sharp hazelnut and saffron as much as Guidance. It is also missing the magical frankincense that they use in Amouage fragrances. Even though I'm getting the olibanum and labdanum, I think it is missing that special frankincense of Amouage, which I think is very magical about Amouage fragrances. However, I'm very, very impressed by how close Omniya is with Guidance. I will say around 90%. If you watch my channel, you know that I'm not really a big fan of Bayn Al Asrar by Paris Corner. Like, to me, you can buy it as not really like a dupe of Guidance. It's not something that I will recommend as a dupe. However, with Omniya, even though it is not that one-to-one dupe, because I would say quality-wise, I really feel the difference with Guidance still, but this is a very good dry. So I would say if you love powdery rose, creamy sandalwood, and some resins in your fragrances, I highly recommend you Omniya. If you're looking for a good alternative to Guidance by Amouage, I recommend you Omniya. Performance-wise, I will say Omniya is long-lasting, lasted me around 5, maximum 7 hours. It lasts longer on clothes. Having said that, it's not a beast performer like Guidance. It is a dupe that is not better than the OG. However, if you are in a tight budget and you can't afford Guidance and you're looking for a fragrance that will scratch the itch, I highly recommend you Omniya by Arabiyat Prestige, a Middle Eastern brand that I love because not only they produce amazing scents, their bottles are always extra as well. That's why fragrances from Arabiyat Prestige are not actually cheap, affordable. They are a little bit higher than typical Middle Eastern perfumes. Anyway, guys, Omniya, a very close dupe of Amouage Guidance. I find this fragrance feminine leaning. Next up are Khadlaj fragrances, and I'm gonna start with Nafais Sharq. Now, I bought this fragrance myself, and I was so excited to finally get my nose on this fragrance because it's all over my feed, and also I have a very strong feeling that I will love this fragrance in spite of it being floral. And guys, what can I say? This is my kind of floral scent. Let me read you the notes. So it has gardenia, vanilla, apricot, tree blossoms, whitewood, pear, freesia, musk, amber, and bourbon vanilla. To me, this is definitely a gardenia heavy fragrance, but it is done into perfection. This is not a gardenia that gave me headache. I think the apricot and pear gave this fragrance an amazing fruity and juicy touch that made it incredibly good. I truly enjoy this fragrance. I have tried a lot of gardenia dominant fragrances that gave me headache, and I think since the apricot pear is very well blended with the gardenia here, it kind of controlled the headiness of the gardenia, plus the fresh and soft touches of freesia as well gave this fragrance femininity. The bourbon vanilla in the base is definitely distinguishable in this fragrance, along with the musk and the amber. Those three notes in the base gave this fragrance depth. This is a kind of fragrance that really impressed me considering the price, guys. I think this is around 30 euros, and I think if you live in the UAE, you can even get this in a lower price. But yeah, I am very impressed. Longevity and projection are above average. It performed straight away the moment I received it. This lasted on me around 6 to 8 hours, and it stayed forever on clothes. I am definitely loving this fragrance. And also, I just want to mention, since I have Bvlgari Baciami as well, I have compared them side by side. They are extremely similar. Not sure if this is an intentional dupe of Baciami. The difference is that Baciami has this bubble gummy kind of sweetness, while Nafais has, like as mentioned, that bourbon vanilla sweetness that gave this fragrance like more of a serious and demure character, while Baciami for me is more of a fun, sweet floral scent. Nevertheless, guys, I'm very happy to own both, but I think if you're the type who is really into curating your fragrance collection, these two might be redundant because, in my opinion, they are that close. But still, guys, I love Nafais Sharq so much. I just mentioned that to you to give you the confirmation that yes, they are very similar. And I'm talking about 95% similar. And yeah, this is definitely feminine leaning. And this is a new Middle Eastern perfume release that I'm going to rate a 10 out of 10. Smells amazing and it performs really, really well. Yeah, once again, Nafais Sharq by Khadlaj. Next up is Melon Misk under the Biscotti collection, I think. Once again, by Khadlaj. Now, I ordered this fragrance because I don't really have like melon fragrances in my collection. Actually, I only have one. So this is the second melon scent that I have. And wait, let me tell you. First, the notes before I gave you my conclusion. So this has grapefruit, lemon, bergamot, coconut milk, melon, rose, sugar, vanilla, and oak moss. So reading the notes, I was like, oh my God, it sounds like I'm really gonna like it because I'm into rose. And yes, I love coconut milk. And what can I say? This is so beautiful. I definitely get the melon straight away. And I love that it's like a fresh and ripe melon. So I'm talking about the small round melon with an orange flesh inside. So imagine a very ripe melon. Pour some coconut milk in it and surround it with fresh pink rose petals. Then that's how Melon Misk smells like. Yes, it is sweet. Yes, it is gourmand, but it is not too sweet. At least in my opinion, it doesn't smell like a dessert. I'm loving this kind of sweetness. I think it's the coconut milk that got me. I will say as well, the rose that is in here is present, but it's very subtle. I know that it is there, but I won't really say that, oh, this is melon, rose, coconut milk scent. The rose is really just in the background, giving it that floral freshness. Melon, coconut milk, sugar, and vanilla are the star notes of this fragrance. So if you're looking for a sweet melon and coconut milk scent, I highly recommend you Melon Misk. Now, performance-wise, it lasted me around 5 hours. So having said that, good performance. Now, I mentioned to you that I got this because I don't have another melon fragrance in my collection. The other melon fragrance that I have is Melon Kiss by Navitus. Now, I have compared them side by side, and guys, I don't think it is intentional, but these two, they are sisters, okay? They smell very similar because the star notes of these two fragrances are melon and coconut milk. The only difference is that the sweetness of Melon Kiss is coming from honey, while Melon Misk has that sugared vanilla kind of sweetness. So Melon Kiss is just a little bit sweeter and thicker. Melon Kiss packs more punch for sure, and they're both extra de parfum, okay? I will say, I think since Melon Misk didn't really properly mature yet, because this is new, and I have Melon Kiss for over a year, so performance-wise, this is loud already, while Melon Misk has a potential. These two are very similar. Melon, coconut milk scent that I think is perfect for spring and summertime. Melon Misk costs around 20 something euros, and this I think is 100 something, right? Very big difference when it comes to price. If you want an affordable version of Melon Kiss, I highly recommend you Melon Misk by Khadlaj. Alright, now we're gonna talk about Paris Corner. I have reviewed 4 new perfumes from Paris Corner in my TikTok. If you don't follow me in TikTok, then I think you should, because the first tea always comes in my TikTok. It's more casual though. So, you know, I do it because there are times that I know that I wouldn't have time to film for a very long time. So that's when I do like a quick review or like unboxing of the new perfumes that I am receiving. I've already told you some tea about this new perfumes from Paris Corner. However, I told you that was my first impression. in my TikTok, and today I am ready to give you my final thoughts about these fragrances because I already did a full day wear test. Now I'm gonna start with Fig Hug. Fig Hug, as the name suggests, is a fig dominant fragrance. So it has fig, lemon, pink pepper, jasmine, rose, whipped cream, fig milk, white musk, and cedarwood. Now I love fig notes in fragrances, so Fig Hug is already winning. I wish the fig and fig milk are stronger than the lemon and pink pepper because I find the pink pepper quite strong. A kind of fig in here is not as natural. It is more of like a synthetic fig. However, there's nothing wrong about that. I think it actually gave this fragrance uniqueness because most of the fig dominant fragrances that I own, they smell like real juicy figs, you know. And with Fig Hug, fig is just there. I mean, even if it's present in the opening, as it dries down, it becomes like milky and a little bit watery. The final dry down is woody and musky. The fig is just in the background. Now, I still like this fragrance. However, I think I will like it more if the fig milk is more present. This is a fig fragrance that smells very fresh, unisex, perfect for summer. And there's something about it that is very cozy as well. This fragrance smells very clean, fresh, and cozy. Apparently, this is a dupe of Father Figure from Phlur, and I haven't tried that fragrance, so I couldn't compare them side by side, okay? So now my review will just be based on how this smells like. So as mentioned, once again, it's not a realistic fig. It's more of like a musky, peppery, woody scent with a synthetic fig in the background. It is a fresh and clean fragrance that I would love to smell like. Performance-wise, I will say amongst all the perfumes that I have today, this fragrance doesn't really perform well on me. I think the max that I got from this fragrance is around 4 hours, but I don't know, maybe because I was sweating too much. I used this in the gym, so I didn't really smell it that much, but yeah, probably because I was sweating. We have a gym in our house and it doesn't have an aircon, so, you know, imagine it's 30 degrees here and our gym doesn't have AC. So probably this fragrance evaporated. So yeah, it's not that loud. However, not a big deal because with this kind of cozy, musky scents, I think that kind of performance is just perfect to give this fragrance some mysterious vibes. Yeah, I think that's how I'm going to describe this fragrance. It is a mysterious kind of fig scent. Very interesting given its fresh quality. Yeah, once again, Fig Hug by Paris Corner, and this is a unisex fragrance. Next up is Papillon de Vents. And guys, just want to show you that this has water drop feature, which I find so cute. And yes, it is definitely giving like, I don't know, butterfly goddess vibes. Now let's talk about the scent. So it has mandarin, peony, orange blossom, vanilla orchid, ambroxan vanilla, and tonka bean. This is a beautiful floral vanilla musky scent that is perfect for everyday use. The orange blossom, peony, and vanilla orchid are the main notes of this fragrance. So having said that, definitely floral, however, not like heady or mature florals. This is a kind of floral that I enjoy using. And if you know me, you know that I'm not really a big fan of floral fragrances, but this fragrance is doing it for me. So in my TikTok video, I told you the first time I smelled this that it is reminding me of a designer fragrance. However, I couldn't figure it out on the spot. So after that video, I checked Fragrantica, and guess what? It is actually a dupe of Gucci's Vanilla Orchid. And yeah, so I was right. It was very familiar and it was a designer fragrance. And what can I say? Yes, they are very similar. I don't have Vanilla Orchid, but I have Atheeri by Lattafa. Okay. And I have already compared them side by side. Extremely similar. I think the only difference is the final dry down, because with Atheeri, I am getting here like some light honey vibes. Whereas with Popular Events, I'm mainly getting the florals, vanilla, tonka bean, and ambroxan. So it is not as sweet as Atheeri. I'll be very honest with you. I prefer Atheeri than Popular Events, but probably because Atheeri has matured already. I have this for quite some time now, so I can really tell that now it's more refined. Whereas Popular Events, the ambroxan in here is a very noticeable. It is nice, okay? It's just that since I have the experience of Atheeri, I couldn't help but to compare them side by side. So having said that, Popular Events is more longer lasting on me, okay? Atheeri has improved. I remember the first time I got it, it didn't really perform, but now it's better. It lasted me now around, let's say 5 to 7 hours, whereas Popular Events at initial spray lasted me already 5 to 7 hours. So yeah, I think it's the ambroxan in here that makes this fragrance like more projecting and louder. However, in my opinion, Atheeri is just more refined, and I love the light and airy texture of this fragrance. But I think if you are more into loud ambroxan with that Gucci Vanilla Orchid DNA, then you might enjoy Popular Events more. But yeah, these two are very, very similar. In my opinion, it can be redundant to own both, but this is a very nice floral, vanilla, musky scent that I will recommend. You can use this on a daily basis, very feminine, and it lasts for a long time as well. So yeah, that is my thought about Popular Events, a Vanilla Orchid, Orange Blossom, and Peony Musk, Vanilla, and Ambroxan scent that can be perfect for everyday use. Next up is the other butterfly, and this is called Jardin de Papillon. So it also has that water drops feature. Now let's talk about the notes. So Jardin de Papillon has mandarin orange, candied lemon, orange blossom, jasmine, ambroxan, vanilla, and sugar. After hearing the note breakdown, you will have an idea already how will it smell like. Yes, this is definitely lemon, vanilla, cake vibes right off the bat. And yes, it does smells like Dolce and Gabbana's Devotion. Now, I will be honest here, there's a lot of that DNA already in the Middle Eastern market. So actually not even in the Middle Eastern market, even in the niche market. I think after the release of Devotion, a lot of brands started releasing a citrusy vanilla fragrance. And basically, Jardin de Papillon is that lemon vanilla cake DNA. It is definitely gourmand and very vanilla heavy. Now, I have Devotion and I have a decant of Victoria. So I have compared them side by side already. I will say that Jardin de Papillon is closer to Victoria. It doesn't have like the harsh citrus opening in Devotion. I know a lot of you get that harsh citrus opening. So Jardin de Papillon's opening is not that harsh, but okay, the lemon is still present. As it dries down, the more it smells like a vanilla sponge cake with a very fluffy texture. Very addictive, very gourmand. It's a beautiful scent. However, yeah, I'll just be honest with you. It's just a lot of this DNA already in the market. Performance-wise is amazing. Lasted me around 5 to 7 hours. And I actually sprayed it on my daughters because they were so amazed by the butterfly that they wanted to spray themselves this fragrance. And they absolutely love it. They keep telling me that it smells like bolo, which means like a cake. And yeah, I told them, good nose. Yeah, because it really does smell like a lemon vanilla sponge cake. Yeah, once again, Jardin de Papillons by Paris Corner. All right, and last but not the least is Khair Peach Delulu by Paris Corner. Guys, this bottle is super duper cute. I was very excited, okay, to receive this fragrance, as of course, it's all over social media, and I controlled myself not to watch any kind of review. To be honest, I actually didn't know that Paris Corner will send me this fragrance. So, first time I smelled it, I didn't have any idea. I only know that, of course, it will smell like peach because it's peach Delulu. And basically, it is a peach dominant fragrance. Now, I'm not really a fan of peaches in fragrances, but if you watch my channel, there are only 2 peach scents that I actually enjoy. Peach Macaron by Teodoro Scalutinis and Peach's Revenge by Sarah Baker. Guys, this fragrance, wait, let me read you the notes first. So, it has peach, guava, nectarine, ginger, cardamom, caramel, musk, and dry wood. And I will say, yes, I get all of those notes in here. Peach, guava, and nectarine are the star of the show, along with the ginger, caramel, and cardamom. This smells so addictive. The peach, guava, and nectarine combo in this fragrance is very juicy and very addictive to me. It has spiciness coming from cardamom, which gave it that addictive feel to it, and the ginger gave it a zest. The caramel sweetened up this fragrance, and I absolutely love it. It is shocking to know that this cost around 20 something euros. It smells like Peach's Revenge by Sarah Baker. Now, I mentioned in my TikTok as well that I love the Khair line of Paris Corner. Every time they release something from the Khair line, I always love it. Most of them are Khayali dupes. So, I was surprised that this is actually not duping any Khayali perfume, but instead, like a niche fragrance. And what can I say? This is spot on, guys. Very, very spot on. And I love it. I will say amongst all the perfumes that I have here, these 2 are the best when it comes to performance. Like, last more than 8 hours, and it projects beautifully as well. Performance-wise, I think this one even projects more. The difference is that Peach Delulu has more of that synthetic vibes, making it actually project more. I'm not saying that it is bad because I actually love this fragrance. I'm just saying that the peach, guava, and nectarine here, even though they smell juicy, it's not that realistic to me, as I can imagine this fragrance smelling a little bit plasticky, but I'm not complaining. I absolutely love this fragrance. This is a kind of juicy perfume that you use under the heat, and you will definitely be smelled. I have used this under the heat, and it performed the entire time. I am shocked by how good this fragrance is. In my opinion, this is the best from the Khair line, because even if it's not extremely complex, this smells like niche to me. This is the 3rd peach fragrance that I actually love in my collection. Once again, Peach Delulu under the Khair collection from Paris Corner. And I highly recommend it if the sound of a peach, guava, vanilla flavored ice cream drizzled with caramel sounds appealing to you. Oh, and it is very feminine leaning. So that is the video for today, guys. I hope that you enjoyed. I have more Middle Eastern perfumes to talk about. I think the next video will be about the new Lattafa releases, which I'm very excited to share as well with you guys. So yeah, let me know if you've tried any of these fragrances and if you like them or you don't. Yeah, share it in the comments down below. Once again, thank you all so much for watching, guys, and see you on my next one. Bye!